the flow of blood through the heart. We're going to look at two objectives. Identify the parts of the heart and explain the flow of blood through the heart. We're first going to look at the components of the heart. So the heart has four chambers: right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. The heart has four vessels: tricuspid valve, pulmonary valve, mitral valve, and aortic valve. The heart has a muscular wall. The muscular wall separates the left side from the heart from the right side of the heart. The heart has major vessels. These are inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, and the aorta. Now let us take a look at the heart and the blood flow. So below the picture of a heart, we see that there is a key. The key states that red represents oxygen-rich blood or oxygenated blood. The blue represents oxygen-poor blood or deoxygenated blood. Further to the right, you see that there are a few letters that represent different chambers in the heart and vessels. So we have AO representing the aorta, as you see here. We have PA representing pulmonary artery. We have LA represent the left atrium, RA right atrium, LV left ventricle, RV right ventricle, and we have PV supposed to be the pulmonary veins. So deoxygenated blood enters the heart via two main vessels. We have the inferior vena cava and we have the superior vena cava. And the deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium, as we can see to the left side, the right atrium. And it passes through something, right, the tricuspid valve, as we can see here. Now, valves are designed or serve one main function, and that is to prevent the backflow of blood or to support flow of blood in one direction. So it passes through the tricuspid valve and into the right ventricle. From there, it passes through another valve called the pulmonary valve and enters the pulmonary artery. And it carries the deoxygenated or the oxygen-poor blood straight to the lungs, where diffusion takes place and the cells are reoxygenated, and it enters back the heart through the pulmonary veins. It enters into the left atrium. Then it passes through the mitral valves and into the left ventricle. From there, it goes through another valve, which is the aortic valve, and it goes into the aorta, where this blood is now distributed throughout the body to supply the organs and the tissue with oxygen and nutrients. On the next slide is a very small assessment that you can take to assess how much you have learned from this lesson. The first, number one, you can correctly label the diagram of the heart. And number two, you use the colors red, blue, green, and brown to color the components of the heart. So part one, red is the color where the oxygenated rich blood. Blue color, the deoxygenated blood. Then we have three, you color green to represent the valves, and you color the septum brown. And now we has come to the end of this lesson.